I am so riled up about sunscreen today. My family and I have tested over 100 natural mineral sunscreens. They're out there, they work, they're great, they're effective, they're safe. And now this week, CNN breaks this news that research has shown that the ingredients in conventional chemical sunscreens get into people's bloodstream. This is scary. This seems dangerous. People are sharing it left and right. But CNN spends 80% of their article reminding us of the risks of skin cancer and why we should not change any habits based on this new information. Because clearly there's no other option because natural mineral sunscreen will make your face white. Well, I mean, I'm here to tell you that you do not have to look like Casper the Friendly Ghost or an alabaster statue just to be safe for your kids. And I, for one, am not willing to let my kids be guinea pigs in this nationwide experiment to see what will happen if we all use conventional petrochemical sunscreen every single day from birth until death? Death might come faster. I thought we would do a little something fun today. Let's read the CNN article together, okay? Let's be a little science geeky here. Enters bloodstream after just one day of use, study says. Yeah, people have been saying that for years. I've been saying that for 10 years, okay? And suddenly this is scary, I guess. What's interesting is that right here in February, the FDA did actually propose removing all conventional sunscreen chemicals, 14 of them, from the generally recognized as safe and effective status. It hasn't happened yet, but they're saying we need more research. We're not really sure about this. You know what it should do? It should say guilty until proven innocent, not innocent until proven guilty. This is stuff we're using all the time. Studies need to be performed. Yes, true. But right here already CNN switches to in the meantime, people should continue to be aggressive about sun protection. The sun is the real enemy here. Look at that. They spent like not even a whole screen talking about the research. And now we're going already to just saying use sunscreen, use sunscreen, use sunscreen. So here's the story. In the US, sunscreens were originally approved as an over-the-counter solution to sunburn. Okay? And of course, CNN has to say zinc, titanium dioxide, and zinc oxide leave a telltale white coating. That's old news, by the way. Yes, they used to leave a telltale white coating, but not anymore. The brands are so much better at what they do now. With many people not wanting to sport a white tint, the popularity of chemical sunscreens soared. Well, yeah, they did. Plus, we were all scared of skin cancer, if you remember. Okay, and so because of the way they were used at the time, there wasn't concern about potential health impact. They were used in small quantities to prevent sunburn on vacation. So, who cares if they're dangerous? Now, they, meaning the Skin Cancer Foundation, the American Academy of Dermatologists, everyone recommends applying these every day to large parts of your body. Okay, so now we're raising concerns. Well, that's good. That's great. Now here's a little more on the study. It was a small study, honestly, 24 healthy volunteers. Okay, avobenzone, oxybenzone, octocrylene are all chemical ingredients that are probably in your sunscreen if you bought it off the shelf and you weren't being cognizant about your ingredients. And they were asked to apply sunscreen onto 75% of their bodies 4 times a day for 4 days. Okay, so if you go to Florida or the Bahamas or California, this is what you're going to do on vacation. Okay. Almost everyone had chemical levels in their blood by the end of day 1, okay? Especially oxybenzone. All volunteers showed significant levels after the first day. We know that oxybenzone is toxic. We've known this for years, okay? Oxybenzone was absorbed 50 to 100 times higher than the others. Scary, scary, scary. Oxybenzone is in 97% of the human population's blood. There are links between lower testosterone levels, hormone changes in men, pregnancies, disrupted birth weight in babies. Yeah, there's tons of research out there. It probably causes Hirschsprung's disease. It probably causes infertility. Do we know that for sure? No. But why are these innocent until proven guilty instead of let's wait to use these until we're pretty darn sure they're safe? Okay, this is crazy. The fact that, I just got to talk here. Let me come back. The fact that we're saying, okay, we used to not use them very much, now we use them a lot, but we're not going to change any of our habits or routines yet. That's ridiculous. That would be kind of like saying, well, we didn't really have screen time rules when our kids were 2 because they didn't know how to turn on the TV. But now that they're 14 and becoming addicted to technology, we don't really want to change anything yet until we know for sure that it's too totally evil for them. What? Like, Americans, we are not a society that just sticks with the status quo and just does something because it's the way we've always done it. If we did that, we would still have slavery and women would not be allowed to vote. Okay, so it's time to step up. It's time to say, okay, these ingredients were not studied very well because A, we didn't use them very often, B, we didn't really think that it absorbed into the skin and all the way into the bloodstream. We didn't really think it mattered. Well, guess what? Now we know it matters. We know it gets into the bloodstream for sure, okay, and we're using them all the time. It's absolutely ludicrous to say we shouldn't change anything about what we're doing because we have new information. No, that's what new information is for. It should make you change what you're doing. You guys, it's not hard. It doesn't mean that you're going to run out and get skin cancer just because you don't want to use these dangerous toxic petrochemicals. All you have to do is switch brands. Switch to this one. Switch to this one. These are great. They rub in awesome. They're packed with antioxidants. They're amazing moisturizers. They work. They're not white tinted. In fact, you can even get tinted, like actual tinted like a foundation. There's these awesome sticks that are super quick to put on kids. They don't sting kids' eyes like petrochemical sunscreens do. Like, there's literally almost no reason not to switch to a zinc oxide mineral sunscreen. They might be a little bit more expensive, but generally they last longer. And you know what? I'm willing to pay a few extra bucks a tube to protect my kids from infertility, birth defects, and cancer. Come on. Ridiculous. Let's keep reading. All right, let's be science geeks here. Sunscreen has been hitting the news a lot recently. I like that CNN points out that Hawaii, Palau, and Key West have banned sunscreens containing oxybenzone and actinoxate because they're killing the reefs. This went crazy on social media last year and the year before because people love our animals, right? We're going to take care of our coral and our sea animals. But as soon as you start telling us that it might hurt us, well, now we have to be so much more careful. Now we have to protect ourselves. Why? Well, I don't know. I think CNN is protecting themselves and protecting their advertising dollars. But don't tell anyone I said that. Okay? It says, oh, it doesn't necessarily lead to safety issues, says the chief scientist for the Personal Care Products Council. You guys, the National Trade Council for Sunscreen, what that means is that this is how sunscreen companies band together to make sure they can keep being profitable. Okay, that's not where we want to get our reviews and our quotes from. Thank you very much, CNN. That's so cute. Yes, oh, it might actually be like a tiny study. Oh, it's twice the amount that it would be in the real world, except it was only 4 days. I'm going to live a lot longer than 4 days, and I'm going in the sun this summer a lot longer than 4 days. Oh, let's hear from the American Academy of Dermatology. Yes, protect, 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 protect. Always, always, always. They're just, I mean, yes, that's fine. Remind us to use sunscreen, but give us some options, CNN. Okay? And here we go. Here's our cute little infographic. Yeah, 1 in 5 Americans will develop skin cancer. And you know what? That has gone up since we started wearing more sunscreen. Okay? Physical sunscreen. They call it physical sunscreen. This is what I call mineral sunscreen. The active ingredients are only zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. CNN says opt for this sunscreen if you have sensitive skin. You know what Katie Kimball and Kitchen Stewardship say? Opt for this sunscreen, period, if you have skin, if you're going to be in the sun, and if you value your life and your fertility. Chemical sunscreen works as a sponge. Oh, that's so cute, absorbing the sun's rays. That's not true. It's a chemical reaction beneath the surface of your skin. Okay, if it absorbs the sun's rays, there's some sort of reaction taking place there, and you know what? It releases free radicals, which are cancer causing, under the surface of your skin. Physical sunscreen also has a reaction, but you know what? It releases heat. Whoop-de-dup. Zinc oxide, at least, releases heat. Okay, it is totally safe. This formulation, the chemical sunscreen, tends to be easier to rub into the skin without leaving a white residue. It's like so much propaganda here. Yeah, maybe it is a little easier. You know what? You know what else is easy? Not getting treated for cancer. Okay, that's easy. If you want broad spectrum, water resistant, and SPF or higher, zinc oxide is the only active ingredient that is broad spectrum all by itself. Okay? Water resistant is easy to do. Most of these companies use beeswax. You can see the water beating up on your skin, and you can see that the zinc oxide screens are still on your skin the next day. And you know what? They still work the next day. This chemical sunscreen, this whole cute little sponge thing and their cute little sponge picture, you know what that does? It breaks down the chemical sunscreen into the free radicals that are floating around under your skin, and then after 2 hours that chemical sunscreen is not working anymore. It's as good as gone, and actually it's worse than gone because it's not gone. It's still reacting in your body, under your skin, and guess what? CNN says in your bloodstream. Okay? The zinc does not disappear. As long as it is on your skin, it is working. This is true. Research urgently needed. Yes, we need more research because people apparently will only listen to research and not common sense. Okay? Way down here at the bottom, it says the Environmental Working Group recommends choosing a mineral sunscreen. And the American Academy of Dermatology recommends talking to a dermatologist if you're concerned about the safety of sunscreen's ingredients. You know what? All the sunscreen ingredients that most dermatologists recommend are not safe. There are some who are getting on board, and it's more and more every year, and praise be to God for that. I'm very, very, very glad about that, okay? But, good grief, we've gone too far where we don't trust anything but the chemicals and the big companies making these brands, okay? Yes, we should seek shade. That's great. Use protective clothing, long sleeve shirts. That's all fine. That's all fine. Here comes our guy from the trade organization again. Don't use sunscreen to prolong your time in the sun. Well, yeah, that's because we feel too safe. When we wear those sunscreens, we feel like we're way too safe, and we spend too long in the sun and we forget to reapply because we're human. And those chemical conventional sunscreens are breaking down and they're gone. So you guys, go to kitchenstewardship.com/sunscreen. I've got an easy downloadable for you with our top recommendations. My family has tested over 100. Over 100. These rub in awesome. Okay? I've only chosen about 10 that I like. I'm very picky. It has to rub in, it has to stay, it has to be kid friendly. It can't smell bad. It's got to have impeccably clean ingredients. And there are 10 out of that over 100 that I will recommend to you at kitchenstewardship.com/sunscreen. I'm Katie Kimball from Kitchen Stewardship, and I am riled up about sunscreen today, and I'm glad that CNN is bringing attention to this, but I don't think it's the right attention. So I want you to share this video with your friends who have skin, and who go outside, and who you love, because they need this information too. Thank you very much. Go to kitchenstewardship.com/sunscreen.